off with primer. My primer for today, I'll be using the Smashbox Photo Finish Primer in Light. This helps with pores and fine lines. My second primer I'll be using is the Smashbox Photo Finish Primer in the gel. This has a very silicone feel, so it smooths out your face. Before I do my foundation, this is not a regular step for me, but I do it whenever I remember to do it. So I'll be covering my imperfection with color correctors. This one I use green to cover all of my pimples that are red. Yes, I know I end up using 3 foundation, but I somehow just cannot find my right color. I end up not using the Clinique, I use the Maybelline one instead. So the 3 ones that I showed you the Dream Liquid Mousse. This is the darkest one. Then I'll be mixing it with the Revlon Age Defining Firming Lifting Makeup, and this has SPF 15. I'll be mixing those two. I know it ended up being too dark, so I'll be end up putting more of the Revlon foundation together with the Maybelline. Later on in the video, I put the Maybelline Fit Me foundation, the matte and poreless, because I saw that my foundation still was dark and I had a little bit more left of this foundation that I love very much. It is a drugstore foundation. It is very cheap and very affordable, which is the same thing. Anyways, I really recommend this one. To blend out my foundation, I use my beauty blender. Next step is eyebrows. Make sure to brush your eyebrows before you do anything with them. I use for my eyebrows the Anastasia Dip Brow Pomade in dark brown, I think, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, dark brown. This would it's not very fine, but it is a fine brush to put on my eyebrows. For a second I forgot why I use concealer on my eyes, but anyways, my concealer I use is a Pro Conceal by LA Girl. I'll be setting my concealer with this eyeshadow. It has an orange undertone. This orange will act like a transition shade. I'll be placing it in the crease and more at the top. It will be very hard for me to describe each color that I use because they do not have names. So each color mostly have an army green undertone. The shadows I use on my lid, I place them with my hand because they are not very pigmented. They come in a set that has every single thing, so usually they don't really have the best pigment, but with my finger they work quite fine. This shadow, I place it right over the one I just put. I did this because I wanted when I put the other shadow after this, so it has like a very nice transition from dark to like a medium one, which is the one actually that I used prior to this, and then a nice shimmer green at the front. So it has a very nice transition out throughout. Here I'm just going over wherever I think I need more pigment so the look comes out more vibrant. I forgot to mention, you put translucent powder under your eye so it catches all the fallout. When you wipe it off, it comes off with all the fallout that was left from the eyeshadow. For my highlight that I put in my inner corner of my eye, on my nose, on the arch of my eyebrows, and the cheekbones, I use the Tartiste. I'm not sure. I don't know how to pronounce it very well. Everyone says it different. The Tartiste Pro Glow Concealer by Tarte. I use the shade Strobe, which is the whitest shade in the palette. To bronze up my face, I use this Nubia, and to contour, I use the Tartiste Pro Glow by Tarte to contour my face in the shade Sculpt. I usually bake before I do my contour or my blush, but in this case I think I end up doing my contour. But when I do my baking, I do my baking in my under eye first, then I do my contour, and then I do the baking underneath the contour. I forgot to mention that I use for concealer is a LA Girl Pro Conceal and another concealer that is more liquidy. When I combine them two, the end result becomes a very nice and creamy texture that is not too liquidy and then too thick. To do my nose contour, I use the same contour palette that I use to do my face. Another reminder is that you can always do wing eyeliner or regular liner. I did not do this in this video just because I personally did not feel like to do it, and for wing, I personally do not like wing on my eye because I feel like it does not suit me. For my setting spray, I use my Smashbox Photo Finish Primer Water. For my lashes, I do not remember the name of them. The glue that I use is from Duo. It is in black. And remember to wait a few seconds or a minute depending on your eyelash glue. It is much easier to put it on when the glue is already getting drier. And then after, you curl the lashes so that your natural lashes and your fake lashes blend in. You put mascara after. Well, I personally put mascara after, and the mascara I use is Voluminous Superstar. It is the one that has the white and the black mascara, and I usually put my mascara after because when I do it before, my lashes get too curled up and I find it more difficult to put my fake lashes. For lip, I use a nude lipstick that does not have a name, so I cannot tell you, and then I use a nude lip gloss. Here's the final look. Thank you so much for watching. Remember, if you're new to my channel, please subscribe. If you want to follow me on any of my social media, the link for those will be down below and at the end of this video. This is the first time me doing a voiceover, and I hope you like it. Bye guys.